sneak peek. Good morning, everybody. That was nice. And happy Halloween. To you on the other side of the camera as well, we welcome you here and thank you for watching this stream and being present with us all together today. So, my name is Jenny von Knorring and I am head of experience design at Roschier. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what we have been doing, how we have used service design, and why client-centric culture is so important, as well as Patrick said here, employee experience. These go together like this, okay? Good. So, shortly about us, we are a Tier 1 Nordic business law firm, and we have over 500 wonderful people. We're one big happy family. So to say, lawyers, we have many and they are very, very skilled. So we have 21 practice areas. We work cross-border. We have offices in Stockholm and Finland. So if you ever need help with anything, we are happy to help. Yes? Good. So I thought about talking about client experience and service design from 3 lenses. Since I have a behavioral science background, it's all about people, exactly as Patrick said here earlier. Luckily, the client still is a human being. And since we truly want to be client-centric, so we need to look at it via the human-to-human lens, the holistic lens, and the disciplined one. And I'm going to explain these to you. What do I mean with it? And show some practical examples. I will not talk about technology today because I'm guessing that all of you are very digitally savvy. Yes? Good. So, I am here today on behalf of our Experience Design Office, and I would like to present to you my colleagues that have come here today. Suvi Talvikki-Oksanen and Anni Kivikataja. Wonderful ladies, and I'm very lucky to get to work with them. We have several more people doing this innovative work, but we are the ones here for you guys today to help you if there's anything you would like to talk to us about later. So, experience and service design, as I see it, is the science and art of creating and validating new services and solutions while integrating the client experience and engagement to the core of our service. It has to be here, yeah? And we, of course, as non-legal, we focus on providing a holistic approach to the client experience. And just to be practical about this, what does it really mean? Well, it's about making things more useful, usable, and desirable for the clients. But yet again, our employees are so important. So for them, the solutions, they need to be more efficient, effective, and valuable. And this is how we together can create an impact. So co-creation is key. And what do I mean then with human to human? Are you guys seeing me over there? Yes? Good. So with human to human, I'm speaking about AI and robotics. They are already here, and it will disrupt the industry, but nobody quite knows exactly how. So, it means that we need to go where technology cannot be, human-to-human interaction. It's luxury to be able to deal with people, yeah? And from there we get to the idea that how an organization delivers is as important as the product or service it provides. So our behavior, this is something that guides me in my everyday work. It's a whole. And yet again, to be concrete, and what do I mean with this? I'm going to show you one of my favorite pictures, this one. I love this picture because it's self-explanatory. You have the classical product, it's very good, it's high quality, it's brand-centric, everybody knows it, yes? But what if? What if we could actually look at the end user, the end client, the ultimate client? What's their day-to-day? Having empathy, how does it feel to use this product? Yeah? For me, I have 2 sons at home, so I'm very happy about this second one. It works very well for us. I no longer have a messy kitchen. So happy mom. It creates a feeling, it resonates, it's just more usable. Yeah? And from my favorite picture, I would like to share with you one of my favorite quotes by Maya Angelou. And it's about how you behave, how you resonate with people, and how you create that human-to-human interaction. So what she said was, I have learned that people will forget what you've said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Yeah? Do you feel that this resonates with you? I'm getting a lot of nods here. Yes. So the point being here, if you now can go into yourselves, remember that one client experience that was really nice and you couldn't wait to tell your friend about it? Why? Because it resonated, it created an emotion, a feeling, it was real, and it was thought through. Wouldn't you agree with this one? So this is where we're aiming towards. The client-centric doing, the mindset, the being human to human. Good. So, from that we get to the wonderful word of holistic approach. And this means that we have to look at the things from a whole, from different angles, and we need diverse sense of competences and skills. We need different people that know different things, because that is teamwork. And then we can actually look at how does it resonate with people? How does it feel? Is it functional? Could we do it maybe even better? So, by that I mean that design is a behavior. It's not a department. This is something that each and every one of you can bring with you home. You can innovate. It starts from within. It's not something somebody puts a label on and then nobody else gets to develop. We do this together. So my point is, involve your people. They are so skilled and knowledgeable. They will know what they need. You just need to ask. And the point is going to the source of the information. And what I mean with that is, by being human to human, is actually to learning to listen in order to understand and not to respond. And this is a mindset shift. Yeah? So, why is it important to listen to your clients and find out the data? Because everyone that you will ever meet knows something that you don't. Isn't that wonderful? Because that means everything is an opportunity. We can learn from the client, we can do together, we can co-create, and we can actually come up with better solutions. Yeah? Good quality product, better solutions. Packaging, how do we do it? Together. Yeah? And from here, regarding the holistic view, since I have been working a lot with service design, and I'm sure that many of you are familiar with the concept, at least I hope so. Yes? I get nodding here. Good. So, the cornerstones of service design are these. It's human-centered, it's collaborative, it's iterative, sequential, real, and holistic. And why do I bring it up? Because this is a structure, it's a method, it's a way of doing. So that helps us being human to human. There needs to be a way. And within our team, we started thinking, why is this a good thing? What's the advantages and benefits? There are many, and I would be happy to talk to you about those later on. But the benefits and advantages of a human-centered way is that you get a clear focus on what the client experience around the product or service. Ask them, talk to them, and co-create. That is how you really get good solutions. Yeah? Then the collaborative part is, of course, simply doing together. Don't stay alone in your room and try to figure out one solution, because then you don't get one angle. We need many angles. We need diversity. We need skills and competences. So that means that relationship building where structured methods create clarity, tools that help tame complexity. And as an example, one tool that is really, really good to use to help tame complexity is the affinity diagram. How many of you know the affinity diagram? Hands up. Okay, it's a fancy name for actually putting one thought on a post-it sticker and then putting it on the board. Yeah, how many knows that method? Yes. So, but it's actually very good because the brain learns via the hand. We put one thought on one post-it, then we put it on the wall, and we start seeing things, patterns and insights. This is a very good and helpful way. So, and as we heard in Nordic Business Forum this year, clarity is kind. And that is basically what we're trying to do with service design, being clear. Yes, curious and caring and being clear with the message. So, with the iterative part, now we talk about data. You have the mindset. You have from data to tested solutions. That's the advantage of using that one. And the sequential one, driving an identified challenge into solutions. Well, yet again, do it back and forth, back and forth. Try, learn, test again. Yeah? And this we do together. And real, I love this one. The research needs to be in a real surrounding, yeah? So do it together. And that means that the solutions that you will have or create, they will be tailored according to the client needs. You don't have to guess. You do it together and you ask, and then you make something real. Good? And of course, holistic, innovating, redesigning, and managing services for competitive advantage. Does this make sense to you? Yes. So really, there are so many cool tools and templates. Service design is out there. It's just for you to get to know. And if you want to talk about this SPAR, write a message on LinkedIn, call me, and let's talk. Just because of the love of the art to it. Good. So in the end, what I'm talking about is that customer centricity is a culture of putting the customer at the center of everything you do. Yeah? So it's the culture we're trying here to develop together of co-creation, of listening in order to learn, and doing together. And I'm going to show you a couple of examples, what we have done to partner with the business through service design. These are just some, there are many, but in order to be concrete for you so that you get something that maybe inspires you to do something regarding service design is we have made a client experience process. That means mapping the whole shebang. How does it start? How does it look like? What are the suitable tools and templates that we can use for certain development work? And then a client journey. How does it feel for the client? How does it resonate for the client? Where are the service touch points? Yes? So that we find these opportunities where we can look and go deeper. And then, of course, client personas. Not everybody in today's life has the benefit of having FaceTime with the client, especially when we're going digital. So, who is the client? Make it personal. They are real people, wonderful real people. And from that, we go to the design thinking workshops that we have held with Edo. We have done this internally and with clients. And then the service prototyping is just doing this piloting, prototyping, inventing new ways of doing a better solution. Remember the favorite picture that I showed you with the bottle? Great product, just a better way of using it. Good. And then, my beloved baby, our employee experience platform, because it's really all about people. And you cannot have a client experience without an employee experience. They are highly, highly connected to each other. So bring your people into the development and you will have wonderful ideas. Yes? So, then, discipline. This is hard work. It doesn't come by itself. You need a structure, you need a framework. And why do you need it? Because of this. I started thinking about this, that actually one unresolved negative experience, in order to retract and get back on track, you need to have 12 positive experiences. Ooh, that's a lot of work. So, and there's fantastic research regarding this, how really clients feel that you are client-centric, because everybody thinks that they are client-centric, but just to say it is not enough, or to make a poll, it's not enough. You need to go deeper. Really be present, be approachable, be there. So, how can you do it? How can you make this innovative, solution-oriented, client-centric culture? Well, we have chosen to use design thinking, which is a part of service design. So if I simplify here, one would be the doing and the other would be the thinking. And I'm a bit simplifying here, but I know that you know what I'm talking about. So, what does it mean? You get to explore. Go to the source of the information, learn about the audience, observe and interview, listen, ask questions, find out. It's very fantastic to have a good piece of data. And then after that, define the scope and look for those patterns and insights. And here, for example, the affinity diagram is a really good way of suddenly when you see it, you know the patterns, they are there. Visualize it. Because the human brain understands visual information 60,000 times faster than the written word. Now, how cool is that? 60,000 times faster visualized information, a picture. There's an opportunity there. So, and of course, question assumptions. We don't know everything. We're here, we're humble, and we're here to learn. Hence, this is a good way to do it. And this is a method that we use with Edo daily. So, ideate, come up with many solutions, experiment and co-create with the team with the diverse set of skills. And then brainstorm and select. After that, prototype, make something. Gather feedback, make it real, learn from the user, and then refine. You realize, okay, this part, that wasn't optimal, maybe we can do this. And once again, you have something concrete. And pilot, user testing and surveys, find out and evaluate. And then, of course, gather learnings. And in a best case scenario, you can iterate and scale it. How wonderful is that? Good. Now, to be short and sweet, I'm going back to behavioral science. How about implementation? Because this is an internal question. Oh, we have these solutions, they're very cool, but now we need to implement them. And we have a culture and people are eager, but how do we do it? Think about how you communicate. This is the average retention rate that we humans have. Average, of course. And what resonated with me is that attending a lecture that after a few weeks, you actually only remember 5% average. That's quite little. So if I would simplify again, if you will allow me that, it would be basically being in that meeting with many people and blah, 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 like a lecture. Okay, good, let's go. And if this is what you take with me, that's not rather effective. How about reading? Do you think that you have implemented when you have sent an email? No. Because average retention rate is 10. But what if you can actually, I'm going to step into the picture, here. What if you can practice by doing and you can increase it to 75% because the brain learns via the hand. So learning by doing, practicing, this is why I mean it's effective to involve your people. Get them on board, do it together, co-create with the clients, with your team, with your people. Because we're all human to human. So, do you have any questions now? Anything? Think about it, because you can challenge me then. So, to be efficient, time efficient, and respect your time, I will summarize here what we have talked about today, and then afterwards I am here if you want to have a discussion. So, human to human means that how we deliver is equally important as what we deliver. Yeah? And it's very important that we have an end user perspective and focus on their experience, not ours, because it's all about people and it's all about the client. Yes? The holistic way is, of course, that we need to have diverse skills. We need to have competences that are different in order to think different and get many angles on one situation. Yes? And then listen in order to learn, not to respond. There is actually a slight change here. I had a person teach me in a previous workplace, very thankful to him. We talked about sales because I worked as a consultant and I had sales and projects, owner of those. And he said that what he has learned is that you need to use your ears and mouth in the proportion that you have them. And that resonated. We have 2 ears and only 1 mouth. Listen more, talk less. That's how you find out. It seems so simple, and yet we tend to forget it. So, and by that, the culture of client centricity, by involving your people, asking them, having them doing, being a part of it all, showing that it is of importance and showing how. And the discipline, you have a structure, you explore. And then, of course, what I would like to convey to you is you need to choose your own methods. This works for us. And of course, we evolve constantly. And by that, the methods might evolve according to the situation. So tailor the method wisely according to what the actual need is, because we don't know always what the need is. That we will find out via using service design. So, and in the end, iterative producing, back and forth, together, and so forth. So, I'm going to leave you with one quote. What I think that it's all about. This summarized the human-to-human and client-centric culture. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Lovely phrase. Such a wise man who said these words. Because it is actually about caring, finding out, not assuming, and having the client at the core of everything you do. So, as our wonderful MP Mikko Manner says, be the positive change you want to see in the world. Thank you so much for your time and having me here. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jenny,
Thank you.
delivering such an energetic presentation. And it's fantastic to see how you're championing warmth and feeling within the lawyer community. I would imagine that's a hard task because lawyers is all about winning, isn't it?
But that's
how
an
to get them on board? Yes.
That is an assumption, people.
Yeah. Yes. So fantastic work. Any
you.
questions for Jenny?
Hi, I'm Anna-Stina Panruth-Holst, and warm thanks for your very inspirational and insightful presentation.
Thank you.
A lot to take with us, I believe. One question, I could have many questions, but about how easy or hard has it been to take your 500 plus people on board and really commit them into this cultural journey? And if you could also describe where you are in that journey and if you have some tips how to make that process work to get people to be part of the journey.
Oh, that was a wonderful question and a very tricky one. I would say that we're constantly doing and learning. This is not something you fix like this. This is a continuous work. So we do something and then we do something else and then always get back with results. If you get your people to talk, then of course respect that and get back with the results. And of course, with communication in organizations, it's never enough. We need to use different ways of communicating to get people aboard. We have our digital platform, for example. It is wonderful to get the learnings. They have access to it, get the transparency of it. But as I said, we are evolving constantly with these parts. And where we are at this moment, on an adventure. Experience, design, adventure, doing it together, co-creating. So I hope that I answered in this abstract way, but we can talk more about it later. Thank you for your question. So, anybody else? I'm here for you. Yes.
First question. Tom Lindberg, Viking Line.
Hi.
Thank you actually for 2 good presentations. I have a question how your customers have reacted on this way of working.
Yes, good one. The feedback we have gotten has been really, really nice, and I would say that I love that part of my job, to really be there, to really listen and resonate and learn. So we have had really good experiences with it. It has been appreciated. So I am very grateful to have been able to be a part of it.
How did it all started within Roschier design thinking and this team?
That's a good question. Well, basically, one of our focus areas is excellent client experience. So this is something that we're really, really working towards. And as I mentioned earlier, Mikko Manner, our MP, wonderful, talented person, he has a vision for this. So of course, he has been now driving it, but there are many more. We're all a part of this. So that is, I would say, by having it as a focus area that we all know about, then we will all chip in and do the best we can to really be able to excel in client experience.
So there's been a sort of a top brass commitment to
Yes.
deliver this.
Yes.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Thank you. Polina Brachko from Mezzo. I have a question about culture change.
Yes.
Can we use this to your experience to do internal culture change? How can we apply service design thinking into leading internal culture change? I come from Mezzo. You can imagine digitalization is not on the top of the mind in a B2B industrial company.
Yes. Actually, I love that question. That was a really good question. Why couldn't you use it? The thing with service design is that you never know what the outcome will be. It's an exploration. It's really an exploration. So by involving your people, having them, asking them, what could it be? What would this resonate? People are really smart. So they will know, or they will at least show what they need in order to achieve something special. So yes, of course you can use service design, because the beauty of service design is that you can explore anything. The question can be anything. You just need a clear focus, and via that method, you will get there. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, it doesn't go straight forward.
No, it's like life. It goes sometimes like this. But at least we know we go forward. Yeah? Thank you for your question. Good.
Thank you. I think it's time for our house speaker. Thank you, Jenny.